Hello, sir. We are the team, the Dream Builders, and our data analytics project for this semester is Exploratory Analysis of Student Performance in Mathematics. Let me now introduce myself and my teammates who helped me complete this project. I'm Lorik Jain, and my teammates Imran Manzoor and Milind helped me complete this project.
Hello everyone, this is Milind here, and the dataset that we have decided to work on is student performance dataset. We have obtained this dataset from the UCI machine learning repository. This dataset was uploaded to the UCI machine learning repository by Paulo Cortes from University of Minya. So in this dataset, they have taken a survey of two schools. And in the survey, they have recorded all the attributes like student sex, student's age, school, address, parents' cohabitation status, mother's education, mother's job, guardian, family size, and so on. And then we come on to the target attributes, which are G1, G2, and G3, which stand for first, second, and final grade, respectively. Now, what the aim here is, we want to predict the G3 using G1 and G2 as well as the other attributes that have recorded here. So we want to take a combination of all these attributes plus G1 and G2, and then we want to predict the G3.
We use tools like Excel and R to achieve exploratory analysis as well as predictory analysis on this dataset. What we initially did was we opened our dataset in Excel, constructed pivot tables between various attributes, and saw the relationships between them. As you can see, these are the pivot tables that we constructed based on the relationships between various attributes. We also did some predictory analysis by building a linear model using linear regression. As you can see, this is a plot which shows linear regression.
I'm Imran and I'm going to show you our prediction results. And our aim was to predict G3 using G1, G2 and one or more key factors which will improve our prediction scores. So over here I did a couple of plots to understand the data. So we have number of students versus G1 marks, same thing for G2 and G3. Now I had to find the key factors, and over here I'm looking at only study time versus G3. I didn't find this interesting. Now this is workday alcohol consumption. This was an interesting factor for me. And now over here I divided my scores into 5 classes. From 16 to 20 it was 1 and A grade, 14 to 50 it was B, this is C, D, and this is a fail grade. We're going to look at my first model with a decision tree. Over here I took all factors and I got a prediction score of 66%. And over here I'm looking at only mother, education, daily alcohol and travel time. This has a 65%. I included father education as well. And over here I have daily alcohol and travel time. This has a 66%. And with travel time and internet I have a 70% prediction score. Now moving on to SVM. This is all factors and I have 60%. Then looking at mother, education, daily alcohol and travel time, I have a 71% prediction score. Daily alcohol and travel time, that has a 75.9%. And looking at travel time and internet, I have a 74.4%. So I have a couple of tabulated results over here. This is my table and this is the paper I was competing with. And we're looking at only input type A because that's what I followed. And his best for decision tree was 76.7%, and my best was a 70.8. But his SVM score was only 59.6, and I had a score of 75.9.
We'll quickly go through our conclusions. The reason to choose a school was not because the school provided a special course, but because the student wanted to reduce the travel time. And this we analyzed because as the travel time increased, the students' performance decreased. Most of the students in Gabriel Pereira School scored better than the students in Mocino de Silveira. The performance of a child in a math course is also dependent on the mother's and father's job. Now, we will think that a mother's job would affect the child's performance, but it did not. When the mother was working, the child performed better. And if the parents are educated, the child performs better. Boys, on the other hand, show lower performance as they grow older, while girls remains relatively constant. Healthy females and males tend to score better grades. Internet access also affects their grades, and with better internet access, we have a positive correlation.